So, in this video, we are going to focus on how you can use AI to write complete professional documents in Microsoft Word. A lot of people think AI in Word only works if you have Copilot, but that's not the true case at all. If you have Microsoft Word Online and access to GPT, you can already do most of the powerful AI writing tasks that professionals use daily. Let me show you how a very real scenario can work. Imagine you are asked to write a business proposal, a report, or even a formal document for a client or for your manager. Normally, you would sit in front of a blank Word document, stare at the screen, and spend a lot of time just figuring out how to start. So this is exactly where the AI will help you. I am going to open GPT in one tab, and in another tab, I'll use Microsoft Word Online. So this is the setup that you can easily follow along. With instead of opening Word and struggling with the first sentence, I start with GPT. So I type a prompt asking it to write a professional one-page business proposal for an AI customer support system designed for small businesses. I asked it to use a formal and professional tone strictly. So once I run this prompt, you'll notice something very interesting. GPT doesn't just give a random text. It gives a well-structured document with introduction, problem statement, business challenges, proposed solution, key features, and a summary as well. This is already something that looks like it belongs in Word. I'll copy this content and paste it directly into Microsoft Word Online. So, we'll start to copy it. Great. So let's use this copy feature above and paste it directly in our Microsoft Word. So you see it comes with a good formatting, a good style, and a good content as well. Now, once the content is inside Word, this is where the real workflow begins. Word becomes my workspace, while GPT remains my content assistant. Inside Word Online, I start applying proper heading styles. I turn the main section titles into headings. So let's copy this. Click here. And we can make it, let's say, a title. So this is how it turns out now. I can turn the main section into small headings, titles, strong quote, a book title as well. I can adjust the spacing and make the document look much more professional. So this step is important because AI gives you the content, but Word gives you the control to polish and fine-tune more the document. So you can change or highlight if it's the important paragraph. You can even copy and change the font of the headings as well. Let's turn it to 48. So this is how it looks now. At this point, the document already looks something very much different. At this point, the document already looks like something that could be submitted to a client, but let's improve it even further. I go back to ChatGPT and ask it to rewrite the same proposal, but this time with clearly defined headings like introduction, problem statement, proposed solution, and conclusion. So for this, I'm going to type a prompt that says, rewrite this proposal with clear professional headings such as intro, problem statement, solution, benefits, and conclusion. So you can now paste this improved version into Word and replace this with the earlier text. Now you notice how quickly we have gone from a blank page to a structured professional document. This is the biggest advantage of using AI with Word. you're no longer starting from zero. You're starting from something that's already 70 or 80% completed. Let's copy this again and move back to our document. So now it contains a conclusion, benefits, and a proposed. So now it contains a conclusion, benefits, proposed solution, problem statement, and introduction lines now. Let's say you are a student, a freelancer, or a professional, and you need to write different types of documents regularly. This same workflow works for reports, assignments, letters, proposals, and even your documentation. You simply change the prompt, not the process. So before ending this video, I want you to remember one key idea. GPT is doing the thinking and drafting, while Microsoft Word Online is doing the organizing and presenting. When you combine both, you don't need Copilot or any other tool to be productive. Tailored to your organization, you can do that simply by giving a very short prompt that says, rewrite this proposal specifically for a healthcare organization while keeping the language professional and very easy to understand. So this time, your AI will tailor it to a specific organization, let's say healthcare. So you see how the tone and the content immediately changes. So this is how AI works with Microsoft Word. And the next video will take this document and use AI to edit it, rewrite it, and improve its tone like a professional editor would do. In this video, we are going to focus on something that's even more powerful than writing from scratch. And that is editing and improving existing documents using AI. Many people think that writing is the hardest part, but in real life, editing and polishing takes much more time. This is where your AI can save your hours. I already have this document we created in the previous video open in Microsoft Word Online. Let's assume this document is decent, but not perfect. Maybe the sentences feel too long or the tones feels too robotic and doesn't sound confident enough. So instead of manually fixing everything, I'll copy from one paragraph from Word and paste it into ChatGPT. So let's copy the first paragraph and go to our GPT. And this time I'm going to paste this paragraph, and along with I'm going to write a prompt that says, rewrite this paragraph to be clearer and more concise while maintaining a professional business tone. I've asked GPT to rewrite this paragraph with a clearer and more concise tone while keeping a professional and business touch. So when I run this prompt, you notice how the meaning stays the same, but the wording becomes much more smoother. I can now paste this improved version back into our Microsoft Word document. So you see how it lays the tone of my existing paragraph. This is something you can repeat for any section of your document. You don't need to rewrite the whole document at once. You can work with paragraph by paragraph, which gives you more control over the final result. Now let's talk about tone. Tone is extremely important in professional writing. The same content can sound formal, friendly, persuasive, or technical depending on how it's written. Now I'll copy another section. For this, I've chosen the problem statement paragraph. I'll copy this. And now I'll ask GPT to make it persuasive. When I paste the new version back into Word, you can clearly see how it becomes more convincing and more confident. So it says, small businesses are under increasing pressure to deliver fast and consistent customer support, yet limited staff and tight budgets make this difficult to achieve. So it sounds very much persuasive now. At the end it says a smarter, more efficient and cost-effective approach to customer support is no longer optional. It is essential. I can copy this paragraph and replace that with our existing. Excellent. So let's try another example as well. Imagine this document is for non-technical users. I'll take the same paragraph and ask GPT to rewrite it for a non-technical audience. The AI automatically specifies the language, removes complexity, and make this incredibly easy for a non-technical guy to use. So let's see what results comes. So it says small businesses are expected to respond to customers quickly and consistently, but limited staff and tight budgets make this more challenging. So you see how the tone has quickly shifted from persuasive to very easy and lighter. Another powerful use of AI is expanding or shortening content. Sometimes it's too short, and sometimes it's very long to read. I select a small section and ask GPT to expand it with real-world examples. For this, let's choose the benefits paragraph. I'll copy this and paste it into GPT, and along with that, I'm going to type a prompt that says, expand the section by adding practical real-world examples while keeping the writing professional. So recently we have 11 lines only, and now you see how it has expanded each section by adding more lines and more paragraphs. So you can copy that and replace with your shorter version. Similarly, we can take a longer paragraph and ask GPT to summarize it and make some bullet points. Now, let's do one of the most underrated tasks, that is proofreading. I'll copy a larger chunk of text and ask GPT to proofread it, fix the grammar issues, improve sentence flow, and remove repetition. So I can copy this whole document and paste it here in GPT. And now I'm going to type a prompt that says, proofread this text, fix grammatical errors, improve sentence flow, and remove unnecessary repetition. So now here we have a proofed version of our document for mistakes, no punctuation or spelling mistakes as well. So the important thing to understand here is that GPT is acting like a smart editor and not just a writer. You're still in control, but you're no longer doing all the mental work yourself. In the next video, we'll go one step further and use AI for summarizing long documents, transforming messy notes, making bullet points, and even assisting with research-based writings. Hi everyone, in this video we are going to focus on one of the most practical and high-value uses of AI with Microsoft Word, and that is writing a research paper. Many students, professionals, and researchers often get stuck at the beginning, figuring out how to structure their paper, what to include, what to leave, or even how to start the introduction. Today, I am going to show you a workflow using GPT and Microsoft Word that makes the entire process much faster and more organized. Let's imagine we have a topic, for example, the impact of AI on modern businesses. Normally, you would start by researching online, taking notes, and then trying to organize all that information into a coherent document. But with AI, this becomes much simpler. First, I'll open ChatGPT and ask it to create a well-structured research paper outline for this topic. I'm going to type a prompt that says, create a detailed research paper outline on the topic, the impact of AI on business. Include the following sections. You have intro, literature review, methodology, and much more. And lastly, I've written, provide a few bullet points for each section. So here it has started writing our paper. It has given us a big introduction with several points. Background of AI in business, significance of the study, research objectives, research questions, scope and limitations. Then we have a literature review, methodology, followed by analysis, findings, and lastly, a conclusion. The AI provides sections, all in very detail. This is already a huge time saver because now I have a clear roadmap for my paper. Next, I take this outline and start building each section one by one. For the introduction, I copy the heading and to write a strong introduction for this topic. I'm going to type, write a professional, academically appropriate introduction for the research paper, make it engaging, clearly state the purpose, and include the context for why this topic is important. I paste this into Word and adjust the formatting using heading styles to keep everything very much organized. So I can copy the introduction now as it is done, and I can paste that and begin writing my research paper. So here I have my intro ready. Now let's begin with the next section. We move to the literature review. I can ask GPT to summarize the recent studies and findings related to AI in businesses. I have typed the prompt that says, summarize recent studies, findings, and key insights on how AI is impacting modern businesses. Write in academic style with clear paragraphs and a logical flow. So it generates coherent paragraphs, highlights key points, and even cites sources where appropriate. I am going to paste these findings into Word. Check for flow and make minor edits if necessary. Notice how I don't have to manually rewrite paragraphs or hunt for information. It's already pasted very logically. So good to go. We can copy that, go to Word, and paste our research. So you have noticed how it has also pasted the sources as well, making it useful for our research paper. For the methodology section, I can prompt GPT to describe standard research methods suitable for analyzing AI impacts on businesses. So it suggests clear approaches like surveys, data analysis, and case studies. I copy that content into Word, making sure the style is consistent with the rest of the paper. So I can copy from here, drag it all the way down till our ethical considerations. Now we have come to the analysis and findings. If I have data or case examples, I can ask GPT to help me interpret results or summarize insights in a professional academic tone. For example, I might provide a dataset or describe trends, and GPT can turn this into clear, well-structured paragraphs suitable for my paper. Finally, for the conclusion and recommendations, I can again ask AI to summarize all key findings and suggest practical insights for businesses. It produces a concise, professional conclusion that ties the paper together very neatly. And I can paste that conclusion into Word, make final adjustments like formatting, references, adding headings, and applying consistent spacings. So by the end of this workflow, we can have a complete research paper drafted in Microsoft Word using GPT. The key takeaways here is that GPT helps with structuring, writing, summarizing, and refining content, while Word remains a workspace to organize, format, and polish the document. So this method saves time, reduces writer's block, and ensures that you can even make a complex Word academic paper very efficiently.